This morning, we get to hear from Mr. Steve Camp. Steve actually serves on our personnel committee and works at a local bank around here. And Steve and Kim have been a part of our church family for quite some time. They are a Thursday family, and they are huge supporters of our 8:30 band. And I think they joined every single one of our live broadcasts during quarantine. So anyway, excited for you to hear from Steve Camp this morning.
So I picked James 1, 2 through 3. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. Well, it's funny, James wrote this and he does a little introduction, like I'm a servant of the Lord, and writes it to the 12 tribes of Israel, and then he gets right into joy is being tested. So that really speaks to me. It tells me that as a Christian, that there's a blessing in having trials and tribulations in your life. It means because I'm saved, my life isn't going to be easy. Bad things will happen, but doesn't mean that my faith in God should be questioned or faltered. I should expect trouble in my life based on that verse. Well, based on that verse, I think people might assume that joy means, happiness and love. Obviously, it can mean those things, but it's a deeper meaning. It's more. It's funny, about a year or so ago, the church did a sermon series on joy, which kind of made me rethink, or at least look deeper into what joy means in my life. And Pastor Raymond did the final sermon in the series, and he actually said that joy is the spiritual fruit salad. And what he meant by that is that the fruit of the Spirit is a combination of other fruits, including love, peace, long-suffering, happiness, goodness, faithfulness. But his point was, when you have all those in your life, that's when you have joy. And so that really hit me. And I was just equated joy to being, just happy and content in your life. So I think the misconception about joy is that it's just feeling good about things. So based on this verse, it's interesting because this year, obviously we're having very troubled times. There's the COVID crisis, which people are sick, they're dying. We have social issues, unrest, and it's just been a very trying year. We have an election coming up, or has happened by now, and it just makes you appreciate your faith even more. Just recently, I've had friends that have died, and even my dog, my dad has cancer, even my dog has cancer. So it's very turbulent times, very sad times for me right now. But each night when I go to bed, and I thank God for my blessings, I think about the promises that He's made to me, and that, no matter what happens in this world, the promises that God has given me and the sacrifices that Jesus made for me doesn't change. No matter what else is going on in the world, I still have those promises and those gifts and the grace and the love of Jesus. And that thought brings me joy. And so each night when I pray, when I'm finished with the world and have to refocus on my faith and my blessings, and I think about that, that brings me joy.